Do you keep getting into fights and arguments with people? I'm going to give you one habit that will help you win any fight, get over any conflict. And this habit is learned the hard way. And I'm going to break it down for you. Welcome to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. The podcast where we evolve into the best versions of ourselves, one awesome habit at a time. Now, fights and conflicts take place all the time. I go for a walk on a beach promenade and I can see couples fighting. They probably came there for a romantic moment and it turned into a fight. Now, we've all been there. We have conflicts at work that sometimes seem to spring out of nowhere. You said something innocently and it was taken in a different way. 80% of the fights we get into are completely unnecessary. All these fights are caused by misunderstandings and miscommunication, where something breaks down in translation from one person to another. Someone feels hurt because of a mistake. You might be wondering, what about the remaining 20%? Remember? Those fights are absolutely necessary. These are the fights where you feel threatened. You feel that there has been something unfair that has happened, something unjust that has happened to you, and you absolutely fight at that time. If you do not stand up for yourself, no one else is going to. However, be smart about choosing what to fight for and when not to fight. Because you see, this habit comes from the art of war. Sun Tzu said that ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. It means that you can win the fight before it has even begun. You can see a conflict coming and brewing, and you can crush it before it even becomes a full-blown fight. And this is the ultimate form of excellence. I have many friends who keep complaining to me saying, Ashton, it is very hard to pick a fight with you. You are no fun. Every time I'm angry with you, you will say something and I will cool down. And that is the key. You see a fight approaching and you plan to subdue it before it even reaches you. In your mind, you have already planned how this conversation is going to go, how you will approach the topic, and how you will diffuse this situation. In the art of war, Sun Tzu talks about using financial constraints, political pressure, and even starving the enemy so that they cannot fight. Now, in our world, we do not have armies to battle and overcome. In our modern world, it all boils down to reacting with a calm and composed mind. You see, when someone comes at you in anger, they are no longer thinking logically. They are in an emotional state. And this gives you the opportunity to use a calm, comforting voice to disarm them. If you were to get emotional, this would escalate the problem, make it bigger and bigger. The fight would move from sticks and stones to nuclear bombs in a second. If you're in an emotional state, do not start a fight or get pulled into a fight. Excuse yourself. Move away. Go to the toilet, go to the washroom, or step out of that situation. One of my other favorite habits is never send an email when you're emotionally upset. You can write it down, save it as a draft, and the next morning read the email and choose if you want to send it. Chances are you will just delete it and rewrite it with a new sense of calm. You see, if you can be calm and composed when the other person is not, you have already won the battle. Remember, stopping a fight before it can take place is the ultimate victory. I practice box breathing as a technique to calm my mind and my body. Now, this is a very simple technique, and I've done lots and lots of videos on YouTube about it, so you can go check it out. You basically breathe in for 4 seconds, and then you hold for 4 seconds. Then you breathe out for 4 seconds, and you hold for 4 seconds. Now you do this over and over and over for at least 5 to 6 rounds till you start feeling calm and ready to approach the situation again with that sense of calm. Next, use logic and facts to explain the situation. Try not to use emotions to express what is going on, because that will just turn into, oh, whose emotions are more important, mine or yours? You see, that's going to be a fight. And the final rule for preventing a fight, and hence winning the fight, is to apologize if the fault was really yours. We often let our egos come in the way. We do not apologize when we need to, and hence we fuel the anger that is coming. I apologize right at the beginning of a conversation, and this is how I apologize. What I say is, I'm sorry I did this, and it hurt you. I have registered my mistake. For future reference, what would you have liked me to do instead? You see, what I've done is I've not blamed them for feeling bad. I've said I did something wrong that hurt you. Now tell me, what can I do next time so that the same mistake doesn't happen? Remember, an apology is only an apology if you change your behavior the next time. Otherwise, it's just an excuse. You see, this way you are creating a safe space to have a conversation and thus are getting rid of any anger or mistrust that they might have with you. If you like this episode, don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, give us a rating. It really helps with people discovering the podcast. If you like podcasts like this, check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can also watch all the episodes on the Habit Coach Awesome 180 YouTube channel. Follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere. You can also reach out to me. I am Ashdin Doc at Twitter and Instagram. You can connect with me on my website, awesome180.com. You can also check out my 2 new books, Change Your Habits, Change Your Life, and the second, The Book of Good Habits for Kids. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach.
IVM.